world and beautiful people out there. Welcome back to I Was Thinking. I am your host, Simone.
And I'm Macy.
And you're going to have to forgive us. I'm just giving a warning right now. We are both tired. We're old ladies. We're recording later, a lot later than usual. And yeah, I sound chipper now, but we'll see.
I don't think I've ever recorded on a day that I had to work as well. So it's like I've done a full 8-hour day fighting with unruly dogs. So
that's true. I think I have before. There's a time when I worked at the hotel, like I worked in the morning and then we recording. I think it's when we did the rap line game for BTS.
Yeah, I remember doing that at night. I don't remember whether I worked or not, but at that point, I don't think I was doing the job I'm doing. And this job is much more physical than any other job I've ever had. So.
Oh, and we did like the most beautiful moment in life. Also, we recorded 2 episodes back to back that night.
Yeah. Okay. I remember being slightly delirious. And this one's probably going to be similar.
Because we're doing the exact same thing.
Hey, I'm a little bit more honest when I'm tired and delirious, so...
I don't know if that's a good thing or not, Macy.
Hey, the power of editing. If I say something stupid, you can cut it out.
That's true, but yes.
I don't think any of my opinions are that drastic, so it's like...
You have good opinions, and you're better at explaining your opinions than I am, I feel like. You're more, like, adult and, like, You're better at explaining your words than I am, see?
Better at articulating my thoughts and opinions.
Yes. And helping me articulate my thoughts and opinions.
Right.
It's why we're such great friends.
I know, I play autocorrect.
Yes, you do. But if you guys are wondering what we're talking about, if you didn't pay attention to the title, we are playing another game that oh, God. Look at that already. We're playing Can You Guess? My favorite blank song. And the group we are doing today is ONEUS. Now, with this one, it's going to be interesting. Because there is some controversy that recently happened with this group. And it's pretty heavy. So, I texted Macy when it all happened. I was like, damn it, we should have done ONEUS when we had the time, like before. Because we planned to do this a while ago.
Right.
I mean, things happen. We can't control that.
Yeah, and also, I feel like it's important. Now, I did read the articles that you sent me. However, I'm sure that you're going to tell me more information that I'm not aware of. But I saw a lot of comments, and I think I agree with this, on one person's action shouldn't ruin the group's career. So we're going to be talking about one individual, I believe.
Yes.
That has tarnished their reputation, but their music is their music. It's written by their company, and producers and the other members have contributed. So I think it's not like, if it was a soloist, it would be different. Like, their career is over. But since there are other people involved, I think it's okay to still, talk about them and their music and enjoy their music. So just with full knowledge of that individual's doings.
I mean, not only that too, I just don't want topics like this to also go, like, be buried.
Yes, no, that's not what I'm saying either. I'm just saying, like, it's good to talk about it and bring light to the situation, and that person needs to be responsible for their actions. But, like, at the same time, like, to think we said about, like, we should have done this before this happened. I'm like, it's still their music, you can like somebody's song and not like them as a person. So
yeah, but again, because still to this day, just to be safe for us, we still have to say allegations. And honestly, ever since he left the group, there really hasn't been any updates on it. So, like, I don't know if we will ever know the truth. But like I said, especially the situation that happened, I don't want it to get buried, because this is stuff that really does happen. And it does happen a lot with, like, famous people, even here in America, where, like, these things will be brought up. And I don't want to be like whether they're fake or not, because that just gives, like, real actual victims voices not heard. It's just, it's a weird topic, and it shouldn't be, but, like... Right.
It's weird because it's like, you want to believe everyone, and you should believe everyone, but at the same time, if this isn't true, this person's life is ruined. So by false allegations. I'm not talking about him in general, if it's true or not, but like.
But it's not even that. If it is true, then a lot of abusers go back to being like in the spotlight.
Right.
They're fine making money while the victims' lives are ruined. So
exactly, it's like
works
a
both
double-edged
ways.
sword. So it's like people who don't come out at all about it because they're scared, or people who do come about it and it's pushed under the rug and they're not given the proper justice for whatever has happened to them. They suffer, but then unfortunately people in the limelight can be accused of false things and their careers ruined and they haven't done anything. So
and people are a lot harsher on the victims than they are the perpetrator. So
yes, yeah. So I was just going to say, I think this happened to NCT's Lucas. He had some allegations similar to this and they were proven false, I want to say. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure they were like he hasn't left his group.
He's been on hiatus forever. Wait, was it SA allegations? I thought it was just because he was found
I thought it was
with a bunch of girlfriends.
Well, this issue, if I'm correct, is also about like I don't know enough about his situation.
I was gonna say I don't know enough about NCT. I remember when this stuff was happening, but not really. I just remember Lucas has been on a hiatus forever, but they never kicked him out. So like I personally do not remember what actually happened.
Is he not back? I feel like he's back. But or like
I know Wavy's having a comeback, but is he in this comeback?
I'm pretty sure. Because I saw a bunch of people in the comments of the thread that you sent me saying, I hope this isn't like Lucas's situation where it's like it turned out to be not real. So
again, I don't follow NCT like that, so I don't know what happened with that.
Well, I know. It's just an example of somebody who else that was accused of dating related scandals. Because it happens a lot, unfortunately, in the K-pop industry. And I know this is different because he's being accused of SA, not just dating scandals. I don't know. I guess I'm playing devil's advocate just slightly because nobody knows truly what happened. So
yeah,
it's just something to think about when you're I'm on the side of believe everyone, and it shouldn't be a thing that we should have to pick and choose who we are supporting.
Yeah. Well, we'll get more into it when we bring him up. So that's when I'll put the trigger warning. But for now, it'll be.
I was gonna say, should we have already put a trigger warning?
Well, we didn't actually say what it was about. So
I mean.
And we didn't say the actual word. We said the abbreviation.
Yeah, did you want to talk about that first and get it out of the way, or did you want to?
No,
wait?
I want to talk about other stuff.
Okay.
I have my list organized, and I'm not going to ruin the organization because it's going to throw me off. So we'll talk about that a little later.
Okay.
Did you want to talk about it now? I guess I can throw away my whole organization if you want.
It doesn't matter. We were just already on the topic, so.
Just to give a warning. Let me just keep going because there's other stuff I want to talk to also before we get into actual ONEUS. So, because we haven't talked in a while and we're just bringing up some like pop culture stuff, which I know we try not to do in the game, but there's just a lot of stuff that I want to talk about. So if you don't care, just want to listen to us talk about ONEUS, I would skip 30 minutes to be safe.
Oh, Jesus.
20 minutes to be safe. 15.
I'm not going to know any of this, what's going on.
Okay, it's fine. I will be quick. I will be lightning quick. Just for...
I don't believe you.
Have some faith in me.
Okay.
What should I say? Should I say 15 or 20? I'm still going like
you
more
go
rambling.
After and put a little blurb saying 15 minutes or whatever once you...
Okay, that's fine. When I'm done editing this, I will find the actual timestamps and I'll put the timestamps on there. How about that?
That works.
Awesome. So, just real quick, even though this episode's already gonna like tilt between like heavy and like lighthearted, first thing I wanted to bring up, because we still try to remain somewhat professional on this podcast, even though we really need to. I know we've gotten comfortable, not that comfortable, so I will bring up this concern in the form of a question. I just want to know, what do people gain from following celebrities around? Now, I know it's different here in America because sometimes our celebrities be like calling paparazzi on themselves to like, they want that spotlight. They want people to like follow them and like, recognize them and all
publicity
that.
of it.
Yes, but it's different, especially for celebrities who physically say always being around people make them uncomfortable. I'm mostly thinking about the recent events where, of course, BTS members, and yes, I'm mostly going to be talking about BTS in this blimp before ONEUS. So again, I'll put the timestamps when you can skip ahead. I think Tay, a couple months ago, went to Paris, and he got basically like bombarded at the airport to Paris and going home from Paris. And I made like videos that I didn't want to see. I'm surprised they were able to walk to where they needed to walk. So that's one thing. I know a lot of people when Jungkook was in, I can't pronounce the city's name. Is it Qatar, where the World Cup is being held right now? FIFA?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, when he was there for his performance for The Dreamers, also being followed around, I'm pretty sure I saw people following him around at a mall. The rapper I follow, a Korean rapper named PH1, had to tweet out the nicest way he can. I know you guys are excited to see me, but please do not like come to my hotel. He had to switch hotel rooms because people found out which actual room he was staying in. Why? What do you guys get from this? I'm being serious. I don't understand.
No, I don't understand.
What is the end goal?
I have no idea. I guess just to see them in person one time, but like I think it would be mortifying to me that even by accident, one of the people that I look up to saw me and thought that I was absolutely insane and crossing the line. Like,
exactly, because they're going to remember you for the wrong reason. They're not going to remember you in like a good way. This is going to be like a traumatic way.
Yeah. And like, if you, let's say you realize what you're doing is traumatizing, they're not going to want to come to your city or come to like do more public things if they're like scared. So like you're having the opposite effect of what you would hope to have by like your favorite celebrity going out and doing more things to where you could go and see them. Because if like they're not wanting to travel to these places because they don't feel safe staying at hotels, like it's going to ruin it for them, and it's going to ruin it for you because they're not going to come back. So like, what are you doing?
I mean, and they'll probably come back just because, money and company,
sure,
but it just depends like if they decide to just go there, do their events and then go home, or like actually try to explore or like host events where they can beat you guys. That's going to make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Unless again, money, but still not going to mean they're going to be comfortable. I just think we all need to put the fanfics and the Your Name stories down for a minute sometimes. And let's go enjoy the nice blue sky while we still can before global warming kills us all.
I just want to know what these people do because I work a 9-to-5 and I can't be out there chasing like.
That's what I'm saying. Like what? I know in Korea they say it's like usually a lot of people, like especially younger fans, they're are part of rich families, so they're able to do this.
I guess, but like, my mom would kill me. Like, well, what are you doing at all hours of the day, following this random person around, like spending
this
money to get there,
you don't
and
even
just
know.
Like not? Don't you have schoolwork? Don't you have activities? Don't you have friends? Like, what's going on?
Well, sometimes their friends be with them, so it's not even about if they have friends. That's the sad part. This is not a group
activity that I endorse.
It shouldn't be, because trust me, I've seen plenty of like things where it's like a group of people doing this and they're like,
go to the movies, go to the mall, what are you doing? Watch, like, have a sleepover like normal kids.
Yeah, no, it's my god,
just such an invasion of privacy. Like, I would never,
you wouldn't want anyone doing that to you. Why would you do that with someone else?
Exactly. Like, it would never even cross my mind to like go and try to find a celebrity even in public, like by chance, let alone stalking someone to the like where they live and where they're staying. And like, what do you want? A picture? Like a hug? What do you think is going to happen by you being there.
They will fall in love with them.
That's not going to happen. That's ridiculous. I'm sorry.
I'm letting you know, Macy. That's what a lot of them think. Or, I don't know, become BFFs with people they don't know off the camera. That can be like a completely personality you might even not even like.
Mm-hmm.
And I even say that about people I like. I don't know these people. I feel like I've said that a million times.
In fact, probably a lot of them are, because celebrities are just like us. And a lot of people are bad people.
We make mistakes.
Yeah, so.
Yes. Along the same line, I didn't write it down, but I remembered. When are we also going to get better at, like, I don't know how to word this. I just know, like, certain places I go as a Black person, and especially if people don't see Black people a lot, they will come up to me and start either saying or doing, like, stereotypical things they know of Black people through media. And I would really like that to stop. I'm just saying this because I don't remember where this is, but there is just a group of people chanting the BTS fan chant to a random Asian woman, and I don't even know if she was Korean. But that's what I mean, if y'all understand what I'm trying to say. Like, when we're gonna stop doing that?
I hate people so much.
And of course, yes, I laugh sometimes at, like, TikToks that be making these type of jokes, but sometimes it's kind of like, okay, I get it. It's funny, but at the same time, it's not funny. That situation wasn't funny. But it's like, when? What is wrong with us? What is wrong with humans? Why?
I don't know. Fundamentally, we're flawed.
Girl, that is an understatement. Anyway, continuing. I just wrote, I'm tired of seeing JYP. That's it. I think he's done with his promotions.
His artists right now are being held at gunpoint to do that stupid thing.
I sent you?
Yes.
Apparently that song is for, like, a promotional song for an airplane, like, line to travel. But the reason I said that is because I saw someone post, like, of his story of, like, I guess he reposted fans. I'm putting that in quotation marks of them doing the dance challenge. And he's like, oh, this is good, but there's a dance practice for a reason. If I was a regular ass person, I'd be like, okay, fuck you too. I didn't have to take the time out of my day to do your stupid dance challenge. I am not one of your idols. I am not a professional. You could have just kept scrolling, sir.
Oh my gosh.
Really?
I don't care if this is a promotional for anything. They paid him too much money because they paid him at all. I don't understand why he needs to be a singer when he's not not good at it.
Tell regular people there is a dance practice for a reason. Maybe you should go watch it.
That person is giving you views and plays by doing your dance challenge, no matter how badly they're doing it.
He just makes me so uncomfortable. And then, like, I saw him doing, like, Hype Boy on, like, Inky Gaio or something like that, and it's like, sir, why are you still on these shows? I have tried not to judge, like, be ageist when it comes to, like, idol work, because I know how that's a thing, like, how we've joked about it before, when they're like, they say you're 30, you're dead, but him, there's one thing between being an artist and an idol. He's way too old to be an idol, and he keeps trying, and I need him to stop. I'm sorry, this man just bothers me so much.
When we have Psy to compare it to, similar age range, fantastic artist. JYP's never been good. I don't care. It's not he's too old. He's just never been good. So I said it and I meant it. Age has nothing to do with it.
The shade. We are getting spicy. This is why we shouldn't record at night. We're getting spicy I told tonight.
You, I'm more honest when I'm tired.
Oh, God.
Honestly, I'm okay to come for JYP no matter what time of day it is. So, because I think he's not a very good person.
Listen,
he creeps me out. I don't like how he is with young female artists. I don't like
and that bothers me. That scares me a lot. Get away from these girls.
Because that happens in show business, and it's just like, I need you to step away and stop making them, like, dance with you.
And I saw one, like, and Boa is, like, I don't know much about Boa, but I know Boa's in her 30s, and I saw one where she did on her TikTok with JYP, and he kept getting so closer. I'm like, bro, back the fuck up.
Yeah, he makes me entirely uncomfortable. I don't like anything about him.
Listen, I've always had a gripe with that man, and I still remember the video of him dancing in 1990 with all his backup dancers in blackface. So again, got my gripes with him.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to some happier stuff. I love BB. She had a comeback. I need BB to get all the praise that she deserves. I love BB's Vengeance. That's what the song is called. Yes. But still, I love her. It's a great album. So go listen to the album. I also liked her and Hyolin's collaboration performance. It was either during Mama or no, I think it was Mama. Yeah. One of those award shows. You can just look up BB and Hyolyn on like YouTube and you'd find it, but it was good. Also, J-Hope killed his performance at Mama. I mean, of course, he performed more in Arson, and yeah, man, Arson really has gotten me through the year 2022. I don't know what happened. Like all of a sudden, I just found myself listening to that song a lot more. Like I've just been in a fuck the world, burn everything to the ground like mood this whole year, and Arson has just been like perfect for that. I've been having that song on repeat a lot. So yeah. And then the main thing I wanted to talk about before we get into the ONEUS game, day that we are recording is December 2nd. First, I mostly just wanted to talk about how a year from today, I was in LA with Precious and Zarya seeing BTS live. The memories. The memories. I was in the stadium about this time, just waiting for them. And then later on, we like made Jin cry like 1,000 times for his birthday and celebrated his birthday. Happy birthday, Jin, by the way, because this is going to come out after your birthday. But still. So yeah, but also not. Oh, and then when we all failed at doing the like army wave, if you guys want to listen about like my whole trip in LA, I actually recorded an episode with Brianna. Y'all can go listen to that. But anyway, today is also the day that Mr. Kim Namjoon, RM of BTS, released his solo album, Indigo. And I have many feelings. Many feelings. A man is my bias for a reason. I will say, I feel like I said it before, he's really the only reason I really truly got into BTS. I listened to not all of his work, because I know there's some like pre-debut stuff I haven't heard before, but I listened to a majority of his work before I finished listening to like BTS as a whole like work. So yeah, to say he's like one of my favorite artists is an understatement. So yeah, I woke up this morning. It's just when I like really like something, it's hard for me to like explain how much I like it. I'm trying to make sure I form words and not just sounds. So you guys are gonna have to forgive me. I already warned Macy. I'm like, Macy, just make sure I say proper words and I don't just start like, I don't know, fangirling, screaming, crying, throwing up, all that good stuff.
Please don't.
I'm not going to. But yeah, I wasn't like sure what to expect from Indigo, because I was like, I remember my initial, and this was before I listened, like I said, all of BTS's like discography, the like transition from RM's first mixtape to Mono, and I was like listening to his first mixtape to prepare for Mono. So when Mono dropped and I listened to it, I was like, oh my god, this is like a whole 180. But I understood it, because like he was going through stuff. BTS as a group was going through stuff, and he's a lot older, maturing. They were getting more popular. I understood it. And I had no idea what to expect from Indigo, because I'm like, I have a feeling maybe it's going to lead more towards like Mono. He says this is like a project of like his last 20s, and he's been working on it since 2019. And then in the back of my head, I was kind of like, I'm low-key kind of praying it's kind of like RM, his first mixtape, but maybe just like more mature and like grown, but still like that shit talking, as well as mixed with Mono, where I get that like deep reflection and like, questioning my life, but then also like celebrating my life. And I did get that. I got both of those mixed into one. So I'm very happy. I watched the music video first, Wildflower, and I thought it was great. The woman who sings on there, I didn't write down her name. I wish I did, because she did like amazing. I wanted to scream every time she like was singing, because it was so good. And I was fine. And I'm like, this is beautiful. This is like, because, I don't know if you know this. This is basically his last, like, project before he goes to the military. I'm sure all of them will be in the military at least by the end of next year, 2023, if they're planning to try to come back by 2025. And then I listened to, like, the album. And then for some reason, because that song, the music video that it's for, is, like, the second to last song. And when I heard it a second time, like, just listening to it in my earpods, I started crying. And I'm like, Simone, what is wrong with you? Why are you crying? You didn't cry during the music video. You were fine after all these songs. And all of a sudden, when Wildflower hits, now you're literally sitting in your bed, just tears running down your face, reflecting your life. I don't know if I've said this, but I've had a pretty shitty year. But, like, I also feel like this album helps people like me who are, like, struggling, but, like, silent struggling. Because I don't really talk about my struggles a lot. If y'all haven't noticed, it's just been really hard. Especially at the age that I am at, 25, still living at home in my hometown, questioning everything I'm doing with the job I hate. This album just came at a really good time. It was some cheerful songs, but still reflective. Basically everything I just said at the beginning. So I really appreciate it. I love this album. I appreciate Namjoon as an artist. And yeah, I just can't express my appreciation for him as much. Makes great music. Love all the features. Thanks for everyone that helped to put this project together. After I listened to it, I immediately bought it from Weaver, so I cannot wait till I get my physical. And yeah, I'm so rambling, but still, I just really like this. I really enjoyed this. Even if others didn't like it that much. I really enjoyed this. I've listened to this probably about 5 times. I would have listened to it more if I didn't have to finish listening to songs for another group we're about to do after this one. But yeah, Macy, you jump in anytime. Please stop me. I'm going to keep going. It's just...
I don't have quite as strong emotions as you do.
It's fine. I mean, it's fine. I'm just crazy. It's okay.
To fully, let this album sink in, I don't think, because you screamed at me this morning to listen to it at some point today.
Oh, as soon as I finish the album, like, Macy, you need to listen to this before we start recording.
Yeah.
Go listen to this, even if you listen to it once.
So I listened to it once, like, on my lunch break, and then once on my way home from work. And I really like it. I totally get what you're saying about it being kind of a cross between his first mixtape and Mono. I definitely get that vibe. And I feel like he's done a lot of changing and growing into the artist that he's become. But he's always been so good at lyrical writing.
Yeah.
And
just his words.
Want time to go and look at what he's saying completely, because you get snippets and bods from, like, the English that is in there, but I don't think I fully, like, wrapped my head around this whole album as a whole, because I don't know all of the words. So vocally and lyrically and, like, musically, everything's good and sounds good to me, but I want to go deeper into, like, what he's saying, because I feel like that's the only way to truly take this all in as a compass. And
I promise you, once you do, because I already have, it will still break you in a good way.
Like, it didn't. Definitely, a couple of them brought out a little bit of emotion, but I think it hits much harder when I actually know what he's saying. So,
and I get that.
Yeah. First, like, I don't know if you want me to do this, but, like, first impressions. I have 5.
Yeah, you can. Go ahead.
So.
I know you asked me earlier too before you go, like, if I had any top 5s. Mm-hmm. Guys, don't ask me that right now. I'm trying to get this.
This is just, like, first impression. Like, when I was just listening in my car and driving and, like, paying attention to driving, like, I would stop and be like, oh, I really like this, so.
Y'all gonna have to give me 3 months until I can tell you one of my favorite songs. Because I'll be like, oh, wait, this song with Anderson .Paak was really good. But this one with Tableau was also amazing. But then this one was really good as well. Oh, I really like Lonely. No, you're going to have to give me 3 months, guys. You're going to have to give me 3 months.
I quite like Tableau. I was surprised at how many feature songs he's had. Like, it was a lot. A lot of people helped him.
I'm pretty sure almost every song except for maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah, I think there was 2 that didn't.
And someone pointed this out on Twitter. They really liked how instead of he said instead of feature, he said with. So like the songs were like all day with Tableau, like to make it more inclusive. I'm like, this is so sweet.
I didn't even notice that. That's cool though. So in order from 5 to 1, I put all day. Yun. Yun. I don't know how you're supposed to say that. Yun. Yoon?
I think so. And apparently Yoon, because I watched his Tiny Desk performance, which y'all need to go watch. Yoon is a painter, a Korean painter that he really likes. And I guess his painting is in the picture, like his album picture. You know, Yoon is sitting on the floor and there's a painting behind him. That is the painting that is painted by Yoon. I don't know his full name. I'm sure he says it in the Tiny Desk performance, but I think you're saying it right.
Okay. Hectic.
Oh my god, I love that one.
Still Life.
I like that. I like Anderson .Paak. He's so funny.
Right.
I like that little moment where they're back and forth.
Yeah.
When they're talking. That was cute.
And I put Wildflower as my number 1. So I think we were on the same page with that one being really good.
I'm not saying that's my number 1 right now, but I'm just saying I enjoyed the music video and it made me cry. So out of all of them, I would think the other ones. But yeah, I also really like Lonely. I mentioned that earlier, but I like Lonely. Closer was really good. I'm actually leaning to Closer, but again, I'm just going to say all of these are good. I can't choose. I'm having a meltdown. It's just so good. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah, when I was, because I swear now, every time I listen to a K-pop album, I think about both of us. And while I was listening, I did in my head say Closer and Lonely for you. You probably really like those, and Wildflower and Hectic.
Also, yes. And Change Part 2, which I feel like I've been screaming all day.
Yeah.
So I also just really quick before we officially move on, wanted to shout. I just wanted to shout out the Tiny Desk band because I think they did a really good job. You need to go watch them when you have a chance, Macy.
Listen, I had to work today and you bombarded me with this drop and I'm like, okay, and I made it happen for you. I listened to it twice through.
And so, I appreciate that so much.
I had no time to watch anything.
You're fine. Oh, I mean, I haven't even really been keeping up with them in general. Like, there's just been too much content that I can't.
I've never been very good at that, but I try to listen to the main stuff.
Yeah. Well, I meant outside content also besides the music. Like, I have not been able to. I'm so behind on a lot of stuff. So, but what RM said. He said the person on the keyboard's name was Doc Skim, guitar was John Un, bass was Park Jason, and the drummer was JK Kim. So I thought they did a really good job. Also, I also thought there was a funny part. I don't know if anyone else who watched it caught this or not, but there's a part where like RM is like in between songs and he's talking and he says like, you know, next year because of their Korean age, which I thought the president was getting rid of, but I don't know because I don't live there. But anyway, he's technically going to be 30 in Korea next year. And the drummer kind of did like a clap, like a woo in the back. And I don't know if he realized the camera was on him because he kind of stopped and made that face. I just thought it was funny.
Well, you made it to 30. Congratulations.
Exactly. He was being supportive. He's like, yeah, 30s. I don't know if that's a good thing or not yet. I still got 5 more years.
Gosh.
But it's going to be here before you know it. Because next year we're going to be 26. It just keeps going.
I have just a month. A month.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Until I'm 26. I'm scared.
Don't be. Because nothing's going to happen drastically. I promise you.
I do, though, have to get my own health insurance. That sucks.
Oh, yeah. God, now we're officially going to be
already got it. It just doesn't start till January.
I know. But yes, and then also, I promise this is the very last thing. Like I said, I haven't been keeping up with their content, but I saw clips of their latest Run VTS episodes. I need to watch it. Apparently, I found out through Yoongi or Suga that, you know how I've been obsessed with red pandas lately? They're becoming like my new favorite animals. I guess they called them lesser pandas over there. And just the way he was saying it was very adorable. If I could find a TikTok, I'll send it to you. But red pandas in Korea are called lesser pandas.
What?
I don't because they're smaller than real pandas.
Yeah, they mean lesser mass, but like
I
it sounds
know.
like you're not as good as a panda. How dare you?
You're not good enough to be a panda.
You're lesser than a panda.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
No, but yeah, I thought that was cute.
Language is a funny thing, isn't it?
It sounds funny, like lesser panda. It's interesting. But yeah. Oh god.
You have the word for red. Why are we calling it lesser when you can just call it a red panda?
I don't make up the words. I don't make up the language. Okay? I'm just passing on information that I found.
Yeah, that's funny. I like that. I'm gonna start calling him that now.
Lesser panda.
Raccoons are trash pandas, and red pandas are lesser pandas, and sloths are tree pedophiles. That's my.
Not tree pedophiles.
Yes. I didn't make that up, but it's funny to me.
It's fine. All right.
They have creepy little faces. They have little unibrows.
I've never heard
Look up a picture of a sloth and tell me.
But baby sloths are cute.
Baby sloths are cute. Those aren't you can't be a pedophile until you're an adult.
True.
So
okay, let's go ahead and move on.
Sorry, that was really random.
We're called
Told you.
I was thinking for a reason.
Delirious.
Okay, so let us start talking about ONEUS. So like always, I am going to give facts about the group. I found a website that gives me like better history of the actual group sometimes than, you know, the K-pop profile. And then we'll do the individual members, and then we will guess our favorite songs through ONEUS. And we pretty much did most of their albums except for 2, but again, we will bring that up later on. And we will bring up the problematic stuff with one of the members also later on. Again, like always, y'all are gonna have to excuse my pronunciation with non-English words, names, places. I basically not given up learning Korean, but like it's just there's just too much going on in my life right now. I try when I can, but especially speaking it out loud, it's a challenge. So I'm trying my best. Apologies in advance for anything I mispronounce. So let's get started. Macy, what is your history with ONEUS?
Not much. I don't know. I think I got more into them with the album Lived, but I knew about them before that. And I had listened to a song here and there, but I didn't really know any of their names. I still am not confident with their names. I can tell their faces apart easily, but I don't always know which name goes with which person. So I would say that I'm a light listener. I usually listen to the title track and watch the music video whenever they have new stuff. But I don't listen to them as a whole, like, super regularly. But I like them. I think they're a good group. I have wanted to go back and watch the first Kingdom because I know they were on it, and a lot of their performances I have seen them, and they're quite good. I think they're pretty well rounded overall, vocally and rap wise, and dance wise. I think they're a talented group. So overall, I like their music and their stuff, and I think a lot of their dance routines are kind of unique. I quite like the way they dance. So, but like I said, I'm not like, I wouldn't call myself a stan because I wouldn't
call myself a stan either. So
yeah, I have one of their albums, which is the Lived one. But like I said, the names are sketchy for me. Their leader, I know him quite like right off the bat, but I have to think about it sometimes.
Who's leader? Who was the leader? I don't think any of them was the leader.
What?
Girl! Oh my god. Who did you think was the leader?
Tell me their names. It's the one I can't pronounce. Does it start with an H?
They don't have a leader.
They don't have a leader?
No. That's why I'm like, who was the leader?
Give me a second. I need to look up their faces real quick.
They do not have a leader, Macy. Not every group has a leader.
Okay, whatever.
I'm just letting you know.
Am I thinking of the right group?
I don't know,
what's my problem? What's wrong with me today?
You worked. That's your problem.
Yeah. Huan Wong? Is he not the leader?
No, he is not Macy.
Is he like a center or something? Because I feel like I see his
He's just the center because he's like the main dancer.
Okay. I just assumed that he was a leader based off of that. I don't know. His face.
But like Jungkook from BTS is always in the middle and he's not the leader.
Simone, I know. I'm sorry. I have sinned. Jeez.
It's fine. That's what I was like. Okay.
It's just like he's always up front, and I feel like he talks a lot when I see them on things. And like he was like in the new kingdom.
He's also like the shortest, not to be like on short people, but that also might be why they put him in the middle a lot. But he also is a really good dancer.
Yeah,
but it could just be for balance.
Like more, like maybe than anybody else, and I feel like he talks a lot when they're like doing group things. So I guess I just assumed because Namjoon always talks for his group, but maybe he just speaks better English than other people do.
I don't think I've ever seen him speak English before. And I think Lito's supposed to be the one that knows the most from my understanding.
Okay, well, I just feel like I see him a lot. And sometimes he's talking and sometimes he's dancing, but I see him a lot. Fine. So I just assumed. Okay. My bad.
I'm not upset. I was just confused, but we got that covered with. It's all good. It's okay, Macy. I'm not around to pat you on the shoulder, but I'll virtually pat you on the shoulder.
Thanks.
Okay, but yes. Actually, I know I got into ONEUS around the Lit era, and I could have sworn maybe you. I thought you sent that to me. No?
Which one?
Their song Lit?
Oh, yes. Yes. I should correct that statement, because Lit came first, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I know that whole dance by heart. So I quite like that that era and that song. More so at the time, I would say that I've listened to it a lot. So I don't want to give anything away.
Okay. Well,
but yeah,
yes,
no, I think I sent that to you.
I discovered them through you, and then for some reason it took a mind of its own for me. You were the one who sent that video to me, and then for some reason I kind of just took a mind of its own as far as like listening to them and getting it to them. I don't remember what did it or like what caused it. I just remembered I was the one telling you who they were at one time.
Yeah, you knew their names before I did, and I still obviously don't know their names. So except for I know Lito. He's recognizable to me. So
girl, it's hard not to.
Right.
Anyway, but so ONEUS now is a 5-member group. They used to be 6. Now they're 5. Again, we'll get into that later. Under the label RBW Entertainment. Their fans are called 2 Moon, and their colors are supposed to represent the Earth and the Moon, which consists of blue, green, white, and silver. So they got a lot of colors. And again, we'll get into the Ravn situation later. But that is the member who is no longer with them. So according to this new website that I got a lot of my facts from, ONEUS Wiki, ONEUS's name has 2 meanings. One is that the members came together by gathering strength from every one of their fans. The other meaning symbolizes ONEUS's mission to bring together regular people who will work side by side to create a united world. Also, ONEUS in the Korean language can be spelled as One Earth. So I guess they are supposed to represent the Earth, and like their fans are supposed to be the Moon. I'm sure to like that, like, you know, orbits Earth, something like that. So yeah. And before I get into the history of the formation of ONEUS, I will let you know their names. So there is Soho, Ito, Kyunhee, Hwanwoong, Seon, and formerly Ravn. So how the group became, Soho, Kyunhee, and Hwanwoong, they also have like names it's hard for me to pronounce. So like if I stumble a little, guys, They were introduced as male trainees to represent RBW during season 2 of Produce 101 in 2017. They were eliminated at 94th, 33, and 42nd places. But if any of them had succeeded and passed on, they would have been part of the Produce Group 101. So I wasn't a K-pop fan around that time when 101 was together. I became a K-pop fan, I think, when 101 was disappearing because the way the Produce groups was organized. And I know that is a whole shit show of itself. So we won't get into that. So Ravn and Soho participated as male trainees to represent RBW on YG's entertainment survival show called Mix 9 during the later half of 2017. And Lito also participated in the show as an individual trainee, but he didn't pass the first audition. In November 2017, RBW introduced its debut group named RBW Trainee. Real Life, we will debut to launch their groups. God, that is a name. Kyunhee, Hwanwoong, and 7 other trainees participated in the first chapter of the project, in which they invited 100 people to be their audience in the evaluation stage at RBW Art Center. The project held events or performances each month and looked into the trainees' daily life, consisting of monthly training and evaluations that would later be aired on, I think this is a TV station over there, Ole TV and Neighbors V Live. RIP to V Live, because I know that thing is being killed next year. In December of 2017, Kyunhee and Hwanwoong participated in the second chapter special party with their label mates MAS, and I'll bring up MAS later because now they're a different group. In early 2018, Kyunhee, Hwanwoong, and other trainees, Ravn, Soho, and Xion, were introduced as pre-debut team RBW Boys. Again, these names. In April of 2018, RBW Boys introduced their new member, Lito. In June of 2018, RBW Boys were confirmed to debut as the group ONEUS. And on September 27th, ONEUS and their label mate, which was the MAS, now they're the brother group called ONEUS. I don't know if you ever heard of the group ONEUS.
I don't think so.
Oh, so yeah, they're basically supposed to be ONEUS's counterpart. So ONEUS is the traditional K-pop group, and ONEUS is a Korean band, but they're a K-pop band.
Mm-hmm.
So, because they actually play instruments and stuff, I think. And then they released a song together called Last Song. Mm-hmm. So on January 9th, 2019 is when ONEUS debuted with their first mini album, Light Us, and their lead single was Valkyrie. And they made their debut stage on M Countdown on January 10th. And then in March of 2019, Ravn had to take a temporary hiatus for health issues and rejoined the group later in April. And I am only bringing this up because this information is important for later. So remember this. In 2019, he took hiatus for health issues for a month. So in 2019, they actually went on their first US tour in November from the 3rd to the 15th, and they visited 6 cities, which consisted of New York City, Chicago, Atlanta, Dallas, Minneapolis, and Los Angeles. On March 24th, 2020, ONEUS released a single in its time that consists of 2 songs. And then that same summer is when they performed what Macy was talking about earlier, Road to Kingdom. Because that show was a pre-show where the winner, who I think was the boys, correct?
Yeah.
And they performed on Kingdom Legendary Wars. So after all that is when they released their EP Lived, because they performed Come Back Home on Road to Kingdom. And I guess the themes of that album and that performance was vampires.
That dance routine is insane. They turned into acrobats. I don't know
I haven't seen it. Yeah, I don't know if I've seen the performance, but I have seen the music video and stuff and the dance for it. So
yeah.
So on January 12th of this year, 2022, there was a statement that was released that Lito and Xion would be taking a break from activities due to health reasons. And I actually remember when all that was happening. Because like these boys, like I said with ATs, they don't rest. They don't give them a break. They're releasing a project almost 3 times a year, which could be a whole nother conversation that we don't have time for. Yes. But yeah, I don't remember what actually happened. I think Leto actually physically hurt himself. So that's why he wasn't able to dance and stuff. And I'm not sure what happened to Sean. But yeah, they had to take breaks. So then like the day after they announced 2 members are going to be on breaks, they announced, hey, even though we have 2 members that are going to be on break, we're still going to go on a tour. So they announced their 2022 ONEUS tour called Blood Moon, which was being held between February and March. And they came to the States and they went to 14 cities. So they went again, New York City, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. I'm sorry if I also pronounce cities wrong in my own country. You know, the U.S. is a lot bigger than people realize. Pontiac? Michigan?
Yeah, Pontiac, Michigan. You're right.
Okay, cool. Minneapolis. They actually came to Florida. They came to Orlando. Oh, and that's when I kept crying. Yes, you remember me crying I couldn't go see them.
Brianna went, didn't she?
Yes, she did. And she sent me all...
I remember seeing her pictures and being jealous.
I know. She sent me, thankfully, all the blessed photos and videos of, like, Leto whenever he came to her side. So I was thankful for that. But I was still sad I couldn't go. But I started my new job that I have now that I currently hate at that time. So I couldn't just up and go.
I had recently started my job as well. And I wasn't prepared to do that.
Yeah. I also went to Atlanta, Cleveland, Ohio, Louisville, Kentucky, Chicago, Lawrence, Kansas, Dallas and Houston, Texas, Phoenix, Arizona, and then ended everything in Beverly Hills, California. So they went to a couple places.
Yeah, that's a lot of places.
Yeah. So then on what?
Never mind.
Were you gonna say why one city?
Say why Kansas of all places? You know how I feel about Kansas. The podcast doesn't know, but
do I know how you feel about Kansas? Tell me after. Just tell me after. Yeah, they could go in the middle of America, but they can't come to Florida, except for ONEUS and Eric Nam.
Yeah, shout out to Eric Nam, man. He's the real homie. Comes to see us.
Honestly. I'm not. God, I hate COVID. And then that same month, January of this year, on the 20th, they announced that Leto was rejoining the group. So, like, he didn't have that much time to really take a break. It wasn't even a full month. From the 12th to the 20th. Whatever. So, yeah, I can announce these when these albums were released when we play the game. And then, so really, the last thing before we get into the members was just the whole controversy happened with Ravn on October 17th. But again, I'm going to bring that up later when we talk about him individually. And ONEUS is going back on tour next year. Their first world tour. Those men need a break. I love them, but like how I scream about ATs definitely needs a break. I couldn't go see them again either. I'm so sad about that. Brianna also sent me videos.
Man, Brianna was just going to all these fun places.
Listen. I have to just be like, fuck it, and just be like her. But hey, we'll get there when we get there. So as of now, they released the US leg of the tour. So they are going to New York City, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, Georgia. They're coming back to Orlando, Florida. I might actually have to go try to see them. I don't remember when they're going to be here, though. I'll have to look it up. Is it in January? I don't remember. Anyway, Madison, Wisconsin, St. Louis, Missouri, Dallas and Houston, Texas, Phoenix, Arizona, Los Angeles. And then they're going to Puerto Rico, Mexico City, Santiago de Chile, and Sao Paulo. So that's where they're going for now. Yeah. I'm sure European and Asian tour dates to announce later. But that's basically the history of ONEUS, how they came to be. So let's get into the actual members. So first we will start with Soho. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Again, I'm sorry, guys. And he is one of the vocalists. His birth name was Lee Gon-min, but he legally changed it to Lee Soho. So he had his name changed. His birthday is June 7th, 1996. Makes him a Gemini. And now, technically, he is the oldest member in ONEUS. He is also from Daejeon, South Korea. That's where he was born. That's what it says. Fun facts I try to write down is, so it seems like before the group was like out into the world, he was actually supposed to have the stage name shown, but he ended up not and just going by his real name. He previously auditioned for JYP Entertainment, but became a trainee under RBW in 2016. His placement and produce that I talked about earlier was 94th, and he was 17th in Mix 9. So, and then a fun fact, he's, I guess, very good at tumbling and flips. He dislikes wasabi, mint, pepper, and ginger, and he likes fruit cake. What normal person likes fruit cake? Do they make fruit cake differently in Korea than they do here?
You can chuck that through somebody's window and it'll break here.
And I'm not gonna lie, I actually never had fruit cake before, but it doesn't look appetizing.
No. My grandpa likes it. I don't know.
That thing looks like it can break a tooth.
Yeah. It's just like super, super dense cake. With like a bunch of like nuts and raisins and shit in it. So like,
see, I'm tired of people putting raisins in everything. Raisins are not good. I need white people to give that up. Raisins are not good. They're just dried up grapes. Just eat regular grapes. I'm trying to put raisins in everything.
The only thing I put raisins in is my oatmeal.
But that is normal. That is a breakfast food. I'm talking about those people that try to put like raisins in like macaroni and cheese, or like cornbread, or like listen, Macy, I've heard some weird places people be trying to put raisins in.
Leave raisins alone.
They're not that good. But anyway, off of raisins and my hatred for raisins.
Oh, what's wrong with us?
This is what happens when we record at night. It is not even that late.
We're not gonna make it.
We are. We're gonna keep pushing. This is what you get, guys. This is what you get when we record at night. I hope you enjoy it. The next member is Lido, or Ito is how you're really supposed to pronounce it. My bias in the group. I love Ito. That's my man. And his real name is Egon Hawk. Can never, like, that K underneath, that always messes me up with pronunciation. But yes, he is also a vocalist and the main rapper. He was born July 26, 1997. 97 line, let's go. And he is a Leo, and he was born, I'm gonna butcher this place, I'm so sorry. I try to write it in Hangul to get my pronunciation a little bit better. I think it's pronounced Uijong Bushi. I know I butchered that. And which is a city in Gyeonggi province in South Korea. So he is actually a former YG trainee. And he contributed 5 out of the 6 of the lyrics in their album Raise Us, and like 5 out of the 7, I don't know, from the Lightest album. And then his nickname is Kim Singmi, which means fresh smile, which was given to him by one of the members, Wanung. And then his other nickname, which I'm also going to butcher, Hangul Changche, which was given by the members because his stage name in Hangul is Ito. And I guess that was the king who created Hangul, King Sejong's real name. But someone please fact checked on me. That's just what I found, it said. So yeah. born a king, I guess. All right, our next member is Kyunhee, who is a vocalist. His real name is Lee Kyunhee. He was born June 27th, 1998. He is a Cancer, and he was born in Bandanggu, Songnam, Gyeonggi-do, South Korea.
Wow. You just kept going. I'm like, when is she gonna stop?
I am trying.
It's a long location name.
Yeah. This should just encourage me to keep practicing.
I'm just saying that on an envelope to send a letter to someone.
I'm sure it writes better in Hangul than like romanized, but and when he was on Produce, he placed 33 overall. His nicknames are Olaf, Frog, Giraffe, Energy, Sexy, Charisma, Coolness. He can open a bag of chips with his feet. And he likes to look at art pieces to try and find a deeper meaning and messages in them. Those are the fun facts about him. And next we have my second bias, Hwaneung, who's the main dancer that me and Macy were just debating if he was the leader or not, and the vocalist. His real name is Yo Hwaneung. His birthday, or not birthday, damn, I just said that. His birthday is August 26, 1998. He is a Virgo. He was born in Yangcheongu, Seoul, South Korea. He's actually a former Pledis trainee, and he was a finalist of the Pledis Hot debut back in 2013. So there was a possibility he could have ended up in the group 17, which would have been interesting.
Enough members.
Yes, but he could have been one of the 17 turned 13 members.
I was going to say there's only 13 of them now.
But there was supposed to be 17.
Yes.
From what you told me.
Which is entirely too many.
When he went on Produce 101, he placed 42nd overall. And then like some fun facts about him. His nicknames are Ungi, Sloth, Peanut, which is interesting how we had that whole conversation about sloths, but whatever. He likes bubble tea. And he says his dance specialties are locking, whacking, and street dance, which he also is very good at whacking. I've seen him do it on like some videos and his TikToks and all that, like the groups.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's mostly one of the main ones who, like, if they post a dance TikTok on like their official page, it's usually him or like him and another member, but it's always him. So you'll be able to pick him out easily. And then we have the Maknae named Shon. Now, if you see his name written, it's spelled Xion, but apparently, especially in Korean, it's supposed to be pronounced Shon. So, just to let y'all know, because it's not spelled how you pronounce it. That's for sure. And his real name is Son Dong-ju, and he was born January 10th. 2000, and makes him a Capricorn, fellow Capricorn, Macy. And then he was actually also supposed to have the stage name Ito. He got shown. So I don't know how they
decided that.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just about to say that. I don't know how they decide these. And him and the actual guy who took the stage name Ito were the last trainees to join RBW Boys. That was later, renamed ONEUS. And he actually has a fraternal twin named Dong Myung, and he is in their brother group ONEUS. So his twin is in their brother group, the band ONEUS. I know, right?
That's fun. My brother is in my brother group.
And then just a fun fact about him that his childhood dream was to become a doctor. So maybe he would have been a doctor if he didn't become an idol. I mean, he could still become a doctor after he's done being an idol.
Schooling, though.
Yeah, that is true. That's very true. So, all right, now we're getting into the former member, Ravn. So I guess we'll go ahead and put the trigger warning now. What we will speak about, because this does involve, I know when I get into this, a lot of the news articles mostly focus on the cheating, but honestly, this really does have to deal with sexual assault. So again, just trigger warning of like sexual assault and like just abusive and toxic relationships and just toxic behavior. So, I mean, he was like the rapper, vocalist, and producer of the group when he was still in it. His real name is Kim Young-jul. Born September 2nd, 1995. And then he was a former SM, JYP, YG, and Play M, which was formerly known as Plan A trainee. And he actually was supposed to debut in the group Victon before he left the company and joined RBW. And he pretty much has like a writing credit or a producer credit on every ONEUS song and some non-ONEUS songs if they're in RBW. Like their one girl group, Purple Kiss, Summer Rain, and Mamamoo, who I think Myeonbyul and Solar did like a little unit called Mamamoo Plus. And the song is called Better, and I think he helped wrote that. But, yeah. So, on October 14th of this year, 2022, there was an anonymous individual that posted on Twitter claiming that they were Ravn's ex-girlfriend. And then in the post, they said that Ravn not only cheated on her multiple times during their 2-year relationship, but like he made her pay for everything. And like she also alleged that he basically sexually assaulted her when she was drunk and she only got like intoxicated because of him. She said that like through translations, he one point forced her to drink so much for whatever reason and then sexually assaulted her. And then there were a couple clips like posted as well with the individual statement alleging that was Ravn like in those clips. And then like in one voice audio that they posted, it was like of like violent language, and then translated basically he was saying, talking to her. So he was telling her that there was another ex that he had, and I guess ranting about her. And he said like the words, if he wasn't an idol, he would stab his ex-girlfriend, not her, but a different ex-girlfriend with the knife. So, yeah. So she claims they met back in 2020 in Japan. Accusations of cheating on her with like other Japanese and Korean women. And the reason I brought up his like health hiatus, like back when they first debuted, because they debuted back in 2019, was because apparently that same ex-girlfriend that was posting all these claimed that he never actually went on a health reason, like a health hiatus. She was saying that was the company's excuse because they confiscated his phone because they found out that he was like meeting other women and going to bars at that time. So basically, and I didn't know this until I was looking up articles, that the whole like health hiatus was like fake to cover up that he was going out and meeting women and drinking. But as I just said, which kind of bothers me as far as like the industry itself, he was born in 1995. How old does that make him?
27.
Yeah. This is a 27-year-old man who's doing what a lot of normal 27-year-old men do, which is go to bars and meet women.
Yeah.
So the fact that he was punished for that is interesting. That also makes me question, you know, if that is true, what other type of idols are like doing stuff like this, or just like going out and their companies like put out statements saying they're taking hiatus, saying it's one thing. Yeah, like grounding them like they're children. So that was a little wild to me. I'm like, you know, what other company like hiatuses they put on idols for doing stuff like that, which isn't illegal? And it, you know what? That's not the point. But that did bother me outside of the whole Ravn thing. So then of the morning of October 15th of this year, RBW released a statement stating that they were like currently looking into the investigation of these claims. And then 2 days later on the 17th, RBW just announced that Ravn, they announced that he was being put on a hiatus because of these accusations, and they were going to wait until the truth was unfolded. And then on the 27th is when it said that Ravn, quote unquote, voluntarily left the group. Now, I also put group and not company at parentheses at first, because I personally was confused on whether he just left the group or was still in the company. But I talked to Brianna when I saw her recently in person because we were talking about this, and she says he's not in the company anymore. But I would have thought if he left the company, they would have said he also left the company, not the group. So I don't know if he actually is still under RBW and just left ONEUS, or if he's gone completely. Because my understanding before I spoke to her was like he left the group, but just because it seemed like he had a lot of production in RBW, he was still employed by them. They were just gonna like keep him quiet for a while and probably bring him back, whether it's under another like alias or not. Which I really wouldn't be surprised, sadly, if that happens. But that's what I was thinking.
Right. I guess
I could be wrong and he's out of the group or out of the company completely.
I guess only time will tell that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because after he left, it's basically just been radio silence. Like, there's not been any updates of if they're still investigating or not, even though they said they were going to. But I haven't seen anything about it.
I guess fortunately and unfortunately, if he voluntarily left, that's kind of like an admission of guilt on some level.
And that's what I said, because I'm like, I feel like if he wasn't guilty, he would stay. But at the same time, I know how companies are with like their reputation. I mean, but they didn't kick him. But they didn't kick him out, though. They were saying they were investigating it, so they didn't want him to leave. So that's where my confusion is.
I don't know. Because if he voluntarily left, he may have done it just so they weren't like digging into his things. Like he didn't want things to be exposed. So he's like, I'm going to get out. I'm going to get out now before they like truly investigate. But not that they shouldn't still investigate, because that's a crime. So
yes.
And the company shouldn't be investigating this individual. Really, if she hasn't already, should go to the police, because he's not gonna, just because he's kicked out of his company isn't gonna, like, he won't necessarily have any repercussions from like actual law enforcement. So I would assume that they're just investigating to determine whether he should be an employee or not like, I don't know, unless companies bring that to police's attention, but I would assume they don't.
I don't know, Macy, and I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how familiar you are with like Korean laws when it comes to sexual assault cases, but they are not. No, they're terrible. They're terrible. They basically get like either brushed under the rug. The time they serve is like nothing.
Yeah.
Or like nothing happens.
I forget that it's like, I feel like it's bad here, but people do go to jail. Sometimes. Not all the time.
Yeah, not all the time.
But
which sucks.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's also even cases where like if victims fight back, they're in jail and have harsher punishments than their actual abusers, which also doesn't make sense to me.
That's a sick system. It's like you can't reach out without having backlash from like both sides of it, like people supporting you but also people criticizing you. And
no, it's bad. It's bad for women all over the world, but I know over there specifically it's bad for Korean women.
Yeah, different country, but I know Japan has a female only train like car. They have like signs up, and not every man follows it, but they try to pick like certain cars and certain times of day where there are female only trains. That's something new, I think, that's happening, but because it's so dangerous for public transport.
But I mean, I know there was an incident where like there was a guy, I don't know if this girl was like his ex-girlfriend or just someone he wouldn't leave alone, but he was stalking her and she kept going to the police and no one was doing anything about it. And so he followed her to her place of work in the subway station, followed her into the bathroom and stabbed her to death. Yeah. And I don't know if he's even serving time for that or just got a slap on the wrist. Again, I won't even talk about what with like Big Bang's Sungris and that whole thing, because that whole thing's a disaster. And he still has followers and fans. And I can mention a bunch of other people here in the States, like R. Kelly, just so many who still have supporters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. The coming from someone who worked in the court system for a little bit, I have a little bit of insider knowledge on our system.
Yeah, the American system. So
there's not very many stalking laws. So like the police, and I hate this, but the police, like, you can go to them with like, this person is following me. This person won't leave me alone in public. They're taking pictures of me. They're sending me letters, whatever. But the police don't consider that doing something to you. So until they do something to you, they can't do anything about it. So it's like, okay, so this person is following me home every day and threatening me, but you can't do anything until they actually stab me? Is that what you're saying? So because
that's so fucked up.
Because then it turns into just regular assault. And you have a weapon, you have a wound, you have a victim, you have a perpetrator, and they feel like they can prosecute that. And just for everybody who's listening, I'm using quotations on a lot of this, and I hope that comes across. But like with a sexual assault, especially when it's like in a situation where somebody got drunk or was even drugged, a lot of those drugs don't show up. So it's like you're having a situation where it's like a he said she said situation, which like it's like they don't want to touch it because it's like there's not enough quote unquote evidence to like.
They don't want to do a lot of stuff, but we won't get into that either.
Yeah, no. So it's like because it's like harder to prove. They're lazy. They don't want to do it, which is really unfortunate. And that's why so many people don't come forward because they feel like I'm just going to be humiliated and put on a stand and then nothing's even going to happen, which is really unfortunate because it's a really scary time to be a woman and child in the world today.
But has there ever been a good time to be a woman and child?
No, it's never been
in this
good.
world since the beginning of time, history.
I guess
I'm being honest here.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like on some level though, like in today's age, it's easier to like find people. So like, and like cyber stalking is a real thing that like the government chooses to ignore as like not a real threat.
Yeah, I mean, we have this whole thing this new thing called revenge porn when people like would post, unsolicited nudes of others.
Mm-hmm.
Like usually in cases of couples, like if they break up, that's why I say it's revenge because they do it out of spite. So,
and my mom wonders why I don't want to get in a relationship.
And my dad wonders why I don't want to leave my house.
Yeah,
I just don't. It's just not safe.
Yeah,
and you don't want to think about that because you don't want that to hinder the joys of life. But at the same time, it's getting hard.
I wish I knew the exact statistics because I looked it up at one point, but like I feel like I swear it's like 1 in 3 or 1 in 5 women will be assaulted by the time that they're 25.
See, that's too high for me.
Yeah,
it's way too high.
But I don't know if that's a world figure, and I'm not sure that's even right because I would need to fact check that. So don't take that with a grain of salt. But I don't know if that's worldwide or if it's U.S. based.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be higher or lower depending on where you're located.
But yeah, that's it with him. So like I said earlier, we don't know what's going on anymore. I don't even know if RBW, since he left the group, if they're still doing any type of investigations. I haven't checked in a while. Last time I checked, when we initially was supposed to record this episode, that account was still up. And I know for a fact, usually when things like this happen, the like person who makes it and posts it are usually really quick to delete them. Mm-hmm. But the fact that last time I checked, it was at least back in November. So it was like still up for a month should kind of mean something, how there's some truths to this. Personally, again, like I always keep reiterating, we don't know these idols.
Yeah.
We don't know them personally. We don't know what they think, their views and values, no matter what they try to show us. And it's just like, you just don't know. That's why it's hard. Like, that's why I feel bad when people like idolize people too much. There really needs to be a limit because just from the amount of people I saw when this was first coming out, like denying this and saying like, oh, you're just quick to like ruin ONEUS' reputation. I don't know. I just don't like when people's first thing when something like this happens, it's just like, oh, you're wrong. He would never do that. How would you know? He's a great person. How would you know?
No, I don't like that argument. The only thing that I get stuck on is sometimes Twitter is a difficult place.
But not
for
even
me,
just Twitter, because like there's some things where it's like this in real life. I've had conversations, not like with K-pop idols, but just like celebrities in general, where if they did something really bad, and it's like, that's why I'm always like, I have to know my limits and view what they did. Because I've hard limits like that where I'm like, no, I'm not going to support this.
Yeah. Well, my only thing was that my qualm with Twitter is that there's a lot of shit on there.
Well,
and
yes.
people say a lot of things that I think are kind of off the wall. So it's like, I would much prefer to hear it from either the person, the company, or law enforcement what actually happened before I jump on somebody because of a Twitter post. You know what I mean? Because I feel like cancel culture is very high right now, and people
they'll cancel you for one word you say.
Yes. So, and sometimes it's very warranted. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes there's like stuff on there that it's like, oh, well, shit. Like that's, bye, get out, bye, but then other times it's like, okay, I don't know anything about this person, so I'm not going to defend him because I don't know him. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know this Twitter user either. So,
but I also don't feel like cancel culture is even really real. Like, I don't think it works on celebrities. I think it works on regular people, but not celebrities.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's ever been really a celebrity that's truly been canceled, except for the BIBI. That's been an interesting downfall to see, but he was a rapper.
Oh.
He was the only celebrity I feel like I can truly say once people canceled him, like he's really been struggling with his career. That was the only celebrity I can think of.
The first person that comes to mind with me is, I don't know if you consider YouTubers as celebrities, but like Jenna Marbles. I really liked her growing up. I watched her a lot, and she had some videos that didn't age well. That during like the early 2000s, YouTubers were kind of off the wall and saying really stupid shit that they shouldn't have said because it was like trendy.
Doing stuff.
Yeah. So like, and I don't endorse that because never in my life have I found that kind of stuff funny, even when it was trendy. Like I always knew that it was wrong. So just because it makes you uncomfortable, like you're making fun of a group for whatever reason. But I've just never liked that comedy, making fun of other people, regardless of who you're making fun of. So, but some of her videos didn't age well. And most of them, she was making fun of herself, but still, they didn't age well. And she, in recent years, has been a very positive influence on the internet and in the world in general. And people brought up those videos from 10 years ago and told her that she was still the same person, and she left the internet for her own mental health. So it's like, I feel like that's someone that I personally supported that got canceled for real and has not come back. But that was just the first person that came to mind, because it's like, I can see why people wouldn't like those old videos, and I personally didn't like them. I didn't really start watching her till after those videos. So, like, I wasn't super familiar with them to begin with. And then when I went back and watched them, I'm like, okay, yeah, that was in poor taste. That aged poorly. And then, but like, the person I know her as is the more recent person who is very positive and is really like pro mental health and speaking yourself and just, very vocal about those things and likes to work with children and rescues greyhounds and just, like an overall good person from my perspective, knowing somebody through a screen. That she apologized profusely and didn't make any excuses. And she's like, I'm shutting off for my mental health because it's just too much. So, which is sad to me because.
Yeah, because I don't know Jenna Marbles like that, but like, that's another thing I don't like about cancel culture either. Because I always feel like people have patterns maybe I'm also naive and playing devil's advocate when I say this, but I do believe there are people that are able to change. Because that's why I say, like, when we make mistakes and we do stupid stuff, especially when we're younger.
Mm-hmm.
And if we live in societies that tell us one thing, and when we grow up and realize, hey, that's actually fucked up, or that's not really,
Mm-hmm.
the way we should be treating others or saying certain things or doing certain things. So I always believe people can change. It's just the ones that show repeat patterns where I feel like we need to be like, okay, we need to do something about this because this isn't normal. They're not willing to change. They're willing to stay this way. So that's where I kind of get on, like,
or like depending on what it is, like if you assaulted someone or like publicly was like either assaulting someone with your words or physically, like I don't know how to explain that. You know what I mean? Like the level of degree it is. Making a bad joke is one thing. Physically assaulting someone is another. It takes more to come back from something like that. And depending on what it is, I'm not so sure you should. But I don't know.
I mean, I also feel like there's certain words and things people are saying that should get you canceled as well. Not even just a bad joke, but if you're repeatedly saying something that's like racist or like, I know Kanye's going on like he's a great example for that. And he has a repeat history. Yeah. So like that is kind of like where we need to be like, hey.
I see a lot of people defending him and I'm just like, I don't know about that. So, but that's like, repeated after repeated, like, this is my views, this is my what. And where it's like other people, it's like, okay, I made a joke at myself 10 years ago that everybody else at the time was doing. Not that that's okay, because you can't just jump on the bandwagon and blame it on, oh, well, everyone was doing it. You should know better. But the internet at that time, like 2001 to like 2007.
Not even just the internet, just the culture was different.
It was different. And like, so I don't know. I just feel like...
And even now as we talk, I know we're mostly talking about American celebrities. It's a lot different with Korean idols because the way they're marketed and presented, like they're really supposed to just put on persona, that's who you are, and then you can't actually show your true self. Right. So that's why I always say that's kind of dangerous in many ways. Yeah. That suppression. And you wonder why a lot of them are taking health reasons for like anxiety and depression.
And I guess that's what I'm trying to say and what my issue is like, yes, I don't know these idols at all because of the way that they present themselves. But they have to deal with these people that are following them around all of the time and making these like hate and love accounts. And like, okay, is this a case of somebody being followed around that saw something they didn't approve of, so they decided to like take this person down? Like, that's a possibility. So
but not even that, like, think of what they might have to deal with in their companies. Like, we don't know what's going on in their companies with staff, CEO. I mean, look at what's happening with Omega X, so if you know like, about that situation.
I'm reluctant to just blindly believe a Twitter user saying these things, but I also have no reason to defend the idol that they're saying it about because I don't know them either. So it's like I don't want to really take sides until I have like concrete proof, which on some level him voluntarily leaving is a little bit of proof to me because he doesn't want to clear his name. He doesn't want to stay and like fight it. And if he had nothing to hide, it wouldn't matter. So
I don't know. I was listening to another podcast too where like I guess one of the members was doing a live. I don't follow them like that either, so I don't like watch their lives and stuff. But I guess someone asked them about this when it recently happened, and they just asked him to not ask them about it, and he's just gone. So I also don't know if that says anything, because I feel like sometimes your character shows on how your group talks about you once you're gone. Well, so
yeah, that
and I know sometimes it's like they're not allowed to say anything, or they just don't want to for the group themselves. But sometimes.
Right.
I feel like that says something.
Yeah, I think about Stray Kids when you say that because they were like strictly not allowed to talk about their member that was removed, but he was removed. So he did not leave voluntarily. If they said he did, I don't think that's accurate.
Yeah, I really don't know if Ravn actually voluntarily left or if the
Because they could be
company
saying
told
that.
him to left.
Yeah.
Exactly, that's what I mean. They could have actually made him leave, and they're saying that he said he can leave. There's just a lot of things we don't know.
It's too clouded of a subject, because it's like,
exactly.
I, as a woman, want to believe every single woman that says that this happened to them. So
because we go through too much shit already.
Yeah, so it's
we
like,
do.
I
We're not
am
protected
on your side until proven otherwise. But I have a little bit of hesitation when it comes to Twitter and these idols, because there's just so much unknown. So, I don't know. It's tough. I didn't watch the videos. Have you watched them? Of him?
I mean, I can't understand them. I'm going on translations too. That's another thing also. So
understanding
I heard the audio, and that really did sound like him.
It did sound like him?
Yes.
And I would be curious to see if the video looked like him. But
I don't know, because you know how fans are like, they were trying to pull up things like, that's not really him. This is where they got it. I don't, And then that's another thing too, like in today's time, you can't really almost rely on technology. It's so easy to Photoshop and like edit stuff.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I hope everyone knows we're not trying to defend Ravn in any way of this. We're just having a discussion because like this in real life, there's no solution. There's no like problem solving. And even with this, like I said, he's just gone now. So I don't think we'll ever know, to be honest, which is sad. And if this was true, I just hope that victim's able to get the justice she deserves and some peace. Because it sounds like she went through a lot.
Right.
And other victims, if she's claiming this happened to other women as well. So, yeah.
I don't know. It's a tricky subject, because it's like I said, you wanna stick by whoever is claiming the things that they're claiming. So, but I don't know anybody in this situation, so I can't speak to what really happened, and nobody will ever know, even if they do fully investigate it and come to some sort of justice. Nobody's gonna know truly everything.
Well, the only person who'll know themselves is the person who left. So will we ever hear from him again? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if he actually left the group and the company, or just the group but still in the company, and if he'll pop up later. And honestly, if he pops up later when like people don't know this, or people who like were supportive of him remember this, if he has supporters, I won't be surprised. Just don't count me as one of them.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, no matter what somebody does, if they have some level of fame, people still support them. So
yeah, that's just like the whole industry as a whole, where like it's gonna take a lot to fix. And like when you punish one person, I feel like that's honestly just gonna be a domino effect, because depending who that person is, and I'm mostly thinking of like example here in America, like the whole Harvey Weinstein that really pushed the Me Too movement. Like, he's in jail, but what about people like him and his friends? That's like a whole ring no one wants to talk about or like really investigate, because I feel like if we really got into the root of that, the whole film industry would just like completely burn to the ground, as well as music. His music is very predatory. People don't realize it.
It's very corrupt.
Very corrupt. So yeah, we're done talking about the heavy stuff, guys. I promise. Woo, that was a lot.
God, it's already been 2 hours and we haven't even started the game.
Well, let's start the game, okay? So
I want to add one more thing real quick.
Go ahead.
If you have been a victim of sexual assault or harassment, talk to somebody. Tell a teacher, tell a parent, tell a friend. At least if you're talking about it and getting it out of your system, it's just one step closer to closure. And if you have any type of evidence, and even if you don't, tell somebody, because they might be able to help you come to a conclusion. And if you have any helplines that you want to put in there, that's probably a good idea, because not enough people feel comfortable coming forward.
Yeah, I will look some up and put them in the comments below. And then to add that with Macy, just make sure it's someone you trust.
Yeah.
Because I know sometimes there's incidents where you tell people this stuff and like you thought you trust them, but like they come back and like judge you for it, which makes it 10 times worse. So just make sure it's someone you think you can trust. And if not, I'll try to find some links for like anonymous things that you can do it for. So yeah. So not to like just brush it off, but let's get on to some lighter, happier topics. So again, we are gonna play the game. And of course, he was a member, and this literally all just happened after like their latest release. So you're gonna hear his voice and the music. And I'm very curious to see how they're going to do this tour that they're planning to do as far as rearranging.
Yeah.
Like positions, his lines, all that stuff. I know they performed a couple times on like shows, but I haven't watched them since he's gone. So maybe I should to maybe get an idea, but I don't know. And like I said, he had like his hand on like all of their songs. So again, moving forward, it's going to be interesting what their sound might change into.
Yeah, that's true.
We only the future can tell us, guys. So remind everyone of the point system. If there is a song just in any spot that's on our list, it is 10 points. The right spot in the right order. So like if I guess her number 2 is this song and it's that song, it's 20 points. First place is 30 points, and all of them in the correct order from 5 to 1 is 100 points, because none of us are going to get it. That will take a miracle.
The day that happens, we need to throw a party or something, because and it's only going to happen on pure luck.
We need to physically like meet up somewhere to throw a party for our imaginary game that we don't get paid for.
Exactly.
Celebrate. Okay.
And whoever does it gets a free, like, meal or something. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
You need a prize.
Like it's one of our birthdays.
Need a prize. Anyway.
So before we get started, I will go ahead and shout out some songs that didn't make it. Last song, which is performed by, like I said earlier, ONEUS and ONEWE. Stay, which is another song that was performed by ONEUS and ONEWE together in 2021. The EP that we didn't do, Binary Code. At least my 2 favorite songs off there is Black Mirror and Happy Birthday, as well as love those songs, especially Happy Birthday. And that like EP came out around the time of my birthday, so on my birthday I was playing Happy Birthday.
Right.
And then the one with 2 singles in its time that consisted of a song written easily and hide and seek. Okay, so we are going to start with the very first EP, Light Us, that came out January 9th, 2019, their debut, and the title track is Valkyrie.
I'm scared about this one. I don't think I'm going to do well. I don't know.
Oh, girl. At this point, it's a free-for-all. Anything can happen. We're past the groups that we might think. Now is really guessing.
Yeah, it's truly, purely guess. I hope you know that.
All right, go ahead.
So for you, I put your number 5 as Eye Contact, number 4, Hero, number 3, Valkyrie, number 2, Zigzag, and number 1, Crazy and Crazy.
Okay. So for your number 5, I put Red Thread. 4, I put Zigzag. 3, Eye Contact. 2, Crazy Crazy, and 1, Valkyrie.
Okay. We got 2 in the right order.
Okay. That makes me a little bit better. You did very good on that one, so I'm a little jealous.
Really?
Limited songs, but still, you're already good, off to a great start. So,
okay.
What are yours, Macy?
So my number 5 is Red Thread.
Yes.
My number 4 is Valkyrie.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know you don't listen to them that much, so I thought that would be...
I
okay.
think my number one is gonna be interesting to you.
It's gonna be crazy, isn't it?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm confused now.
My number 3 is Hero.
I didn't even put that on your list. I didn't think you liked it that much.
Yeah. Number 2 is Crazy and Crazy.
Okay, also got that right.
Mm-hmm. And number 1 is Zigzag.
I have no words. Seriously?
Yes. What? Judge me?
Macy, again,
What?
we're not around each other anymore. And this is pure guessing.
I know, that's why I'm confused as why you're upset.
We're gonna go back to naming this game Watch Simone Lose, or Listen to Simone Lose. Okay, so for my list, so my number 5 was actually Hero. And number 4 was Eye Contact. Well, you got the rest.
Really?
So three was Valkyrie. Two is Zigzag. And one is Crazy Crazy.
Show you boy jerking and feel down. Oh yeah. I see both the down. 때론 따끔 갈때 미쳤다 미쳤어 앞뒤 상황 구분 안 돼. 지금 누가 누굴 탓해?
Ooh, I feel like that's the best I've done in a while. Because if I had just switched those two, I would have gotten them all right.
Maybe. I don't remember how you did for the Stray Kids.
Oh, I don't think I got that. Like, it's been a long time since I've got 3, 2, 1 in the right order.
Very true.
And I'm pretty sure it was RM's mixtape. So
I'm pretty sure there's been ones other than that, but it's fine.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep going.
I'll tell you.
I can already see my downfall for the next one. Is the EP Raise Us, came out May 29th, 2019, and the title track was Twilight.
작속에 주는 더 하얘지는 별빛 오직 남은 건 공허함뿐이야 보낼 순 없어 세상의 유일한 빛
Okay, so sorry, I forgot where I was for a second. So for your number 5, I put the intro time. 4, White Knight. 3, Bing Bing. 2, Now, and 1, Twilight.
Okay, you got 1 right order. So for your number 5, I put English Girl. 4, I put White Knight. Stop making faces because you already gave 3, I put Bing Bing. 2, Now, and 1, Twilight. So I think we put the same 2 and 1 for each other.
I guess so, yeah.
Yes, but that's what I put for your list. What is your actual list, Macy?
I put the intro time for my number 5.
What's been playing? 잊지 못해 떠나가는 향기 매일같이 찾아오는 밤이 또 번하고 또 번하는데 이렇게 반복돼 난 everyday
I don't like that English Girl song. It's weird to me.
Listen, I wasn't sure.
4, you got right, White Knight.
Never give up, don't be afraid. 영원이나 밝게 비춰줘. White night. 어둠이 너를 삼킬 때 하얀 밤이 되어줄 거야. 지지 않을 태양처럼.
Yeah. And I actually didn't think you were going to put one of the intros. I'm actually surprised about that.
3, Now.
다신 오지 않아 now. Oh, can you feel it right now? Oh, can you feel it right now? Oh, I can feel it right now. Real love.
2, Bing Bing.
이젠 다 저물어버렸어. Oh, oh. 자꾸만 맴돌아. You will bing, 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 bing. 내 곁을
And you got my number 1 right as well, Twilight.
붉은 태양이 어둠에 가려 빛을 잃어 너일로 번져가네 한없이 맺힌 그 끝없는 숲에서 얹혀준 그 위로 널 의리쳤네 태양이 떨어진다.
Okay, sorry guys. Sometimes I get happy because this is hard for me to be guessing. I really don't know with Macy. We keep saying she's unicorn. She's a unicorn.
I like being unpredictable. I don't do it on purpose. It just happens.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so for my list, my number 5 was actually White Knight.
두려워 포기하지 마. 하얀 길을 따라오면 돼. I can love you in the dark. I can love you in the dark. 내가 걸어와.
And number 4, yes, I actually like the song. It was English Girl, so I put it for number 4.
Whatever.
I thought it was cute, okay.
I can speak the English well. I can speak the English well. I'm sorry. I can speak the English, English girl. I can speak the English well. I'm so sorry. 널 만날 순간 터질러.
Number 3 for me is Twilight.
태양이 떨어진다. 태양이 떨어진다. 태양이 떨어진다.
2 you got right, which is Now.
하늘을 봐. 눈부신 미래가 so bright. 너를 기다려, baby. Now 걱정하지 마. 모든 건 다 지나갈 거야. 난 봐. We are young now. We got right now.
one's actually Bing Bing. I actually listened to that the most out of this whole
That makes sense.
EP.
After thinking about it, I just...
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good. Okay, ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so next it is the EP Fly With Us. Came out September 30th, 2019. Already right there, they put out 3 projects when they debuted.
Mm-hmm.
And the title track for that one was Lit.
가자. 오늘 달이 좋구나. 가자. 풍화도 우려 비리를 부어.
I think this one's gonna surprise you because I really like that song, but I've played it too much. I know. So for your number 5, I put Stand By. Number 4, Level Up. Number 3, Plastic Flower. Number 2, Blue Sky. And number 1, I put Lit.
Okay, I thought this one was going to be easy for you because I feel like one of these songs I talked about, one of these songs I said was my favorite ONEUS songs of all time.
Did you really?
Yeah. And I thought you would have got it, but I guess not.
Shit.
It's fine then. It's fine.
When did you say that?
Pretty sure when I was first getting into them. Could have sworn I played this a lot around you, but it's fine. Let me say your list before you reveal it. So for 5 for you, I put Level Up. 4, I put Blue Sky. 3, Stand By. 2, Plastic Flower. And 1, Lit, which I already know is not your number 1 since you just said it. So, yeah. So tell me your list.
Everything's kind of like swapped around. So my number 5 is Stand By.
Oh my god.
My number 4 is Level Up. Number 3 is Blue Sky. Number 2 is Lit.
정해진 건 없어 발길이 닿는 대로 마냥 걸어가 달이 좋구나 우지 나는 우아 그 소리를 부리지 마 고아 나비처럼 나는 벌처럼 쏴 악당을 쓸어 담고 저 작거리에 나를 모르는 사람이 없으니 기분이 좋구나 동해 번쩍 서해 번쩍 우리 위한 축제가 벌어지는구나
And number 1 is Plastic Flower.
향기 없는 plastic flower 전에 알던 꽃들과는 뭔가 달라 이해가 안 돼 미친 듯이 고개 도래 넌 널 찾아 이끌려 헤매는 모습을 봐 이건 지독한 lovesick
Are you fucking kidding me? Hey, you know what? I actually put Plastic Flower as your number 1 and I switched it.
That song has really grown on me. It's like I liked Lit initially and I listened to it a ton and I still really like it. But as I've listened to them more, Plastic Flower is above it at this point.
I mean, I got all the songs.
Yeah.
Just not in the right order at all.
Close.
Okay. Yeah. So, for my number 5 was Blue Sky. My number 4 is Level Up. Three for me is Lit. Again, just overplayed, but I still really enjoy it. 2 is Stand By. My number 1 is also Plastic Flower. Like I said, this is probably my favorite ONEUS song of like their whole discography. I've always really liked this song and it hasn't changed. So yeah, Plastic Flower.
See, and that's what's like, I like Plastic Flower, so I was gonna put you like Plastic Flower too, but then I'm like, well, maybe we're not the same. So it's like, I need to stop doing that.
And that's what I did. That's what I did for you. I was like, maybe she'll also appreciate Plastic Flower. But I know she really liked Lit.
Yeah.
And then the thing that always like bothers me, I'm like, but she probably played it too much. But I'm gonna go with it anyway. And I need to stop doing that. Okay. So on to the next one. Dang. This is gonna be fun with the results. Next one is Live, which is an EP, came out August 19th, 2020, with the title track To Be or Not to Be. And then they also made an additional music video, Come Back Home, but the actual title track is To Be or Not to Be when the whole EP released.
I quite like this album.
It's good.
As I said earlier, this is the only one I own.
And this is more of your style, the dark, broody vampires. Were you a vampire girl? Were you Team Edward or Team Jacob growing up?
Oh God, I don't know. I'm Team not Twilight. Anything but Twilight.
I didn't care for Twilight either. I was just messing with you.
I never liked Vampire Diaries either.
Okay, I can't lie. I actually really enjoyed Vampire Diaries.
Okay. So for you, I put your number 5 as Airplane. Number 4, Dead or Alive. Number 3, Dizzy. I put number 2 is Come Back Home. And I put number 1 is To Be or Not to Be. And I'm slightly regretting not switching those on some level, but I could be wrong.
Why? You did really good.
Oh, I did really good? Okay.
Yes.
I almost switched that number 1 and 2 at the last minute, but I didn't.
Okay. So for yours, I have Airplane as number 5, 4 is Dizzy, 3 Dead or Alive, 2 To Be or Not to Be, and 1 I put Come Back Home for you. Why are you doing that? What happened? What happened? What?
You got them all in the right order.
Oh my God.
It happened. We jinxed it. We said it wasn't going to happen and we did it.
Are you serious?
Yes. Airplane.
어디든 날아갈 것 같은 그런 기분 너와 나 느낌대로 갈증은 더 두 배로 지금 이 순간
Dizzy.
사랑은 이렇게 한 게 아닌데 내 감정만큼 낭비해 정말 곤란하다 곤란해 비밀 없는 우리들 사이에 너는 또 꽃을 숨기네 yeah.
Dead or Alive.
너의 기억에 내가 잊혀질 때 난 사는 게 아닌 것만 같은데 Oh life 내 이름을 불러줘 내 삶의 이유는 너 선택의 기로 했어
To be or not to be.
살거나 죽거나 그게 문제라면서 내 머리 위에 총구를 겨눠 짓밟고 떠나가니 뻔한 드라마의 사랑의 피해자는 결국 둘다 결국 그땐 배움을 흘리며 저 밑으로 가는
Come back home.
Please come back home 우리의 익숙한 길로 돌아와줘 come back home 이대로 남겨지기 싫어 Do you think about me
Oh my god. Oh my god. Get so speechless. What? Oh my god.
You automatically win.
How do you don't know that? Wow.
That's never happened.
So Macy, when are we gonna meet up for that celebration you were talking about earlier?
I don't know. When we go to Stray Kids concert in March.
Okay. Damn. Y'all are gonna have to give me a minute. I was not expecting that. And that's the one where I just made the list. I just made it, and I made it opposite of me.
Are there only 5 songs on that album, or is
There's
there
only
more?
5 songs. No, I think there's only 5. Ladies and gentlemen.
History has been made.
And I promise you, this will never happen again. This will never happen again.
I didn't think it was going to happen in the first place, but...
Oh, God. Because you know what I did? I made our list the same, except I switched the 1 and 2. This is the only time me switching the 1 and 2 came in my favor. So for my list, 5 is also Airplane.
떴다 비행기 날아가다 휘바람이 절로 나오잖아 기분 붕뜨 파란 하늘 해처럼 맑은 얼굴로 높이 높이 날아보자 우리 앞으로 너와 손잡고 날아갈래 멀리 멀리 어디든 다 이렇게 멀리 갈래 마음이 붕 들뜬 기분 단잠에 든 너를 다시 깨워 나는 법을 모르던 아기새 너를 만나고 어른이 돼
4 is Dizzy.
고민 실실때때 Keep it on it on it 혹시 내가 내게 짐이 돼가면 괜히 내 배 Keep it on it on it Respiración 어저께 그저께 엊그제 또 나만 또 바보 됐어
3 is Dead or Alive.
I'm breathing 내겐 산소 같은 I'm burning keep burning 난 너에게로 달려갈게 영원히 함께 돼 all night
2 is Come Back Home.
몇 걸음만 걸어오면 돼 어느새 날이 밝아오네 네가 그리워 Come back home come back come back home Come back come back
And 1 is To Be or Not to Be.
지금까지 못했는다 깊고 참 괴롭다 너의 모든 말들이 자꾸 맴돌아 싫어했던 널 지우려니까 싫어하던 모습만 지워져가 좋은 것만 남아 왜 진실을 외면했어
So if you had switched Dizzy and Dead or Alive, you would have gotten the 100 points.
Wow. I should have just made, if I had made our list the same except for the number
That's
1
insane.
and 2.
My mind is blown. I feel like I would have been louder, but I can tell my voice is leaving and we got another episode to do. So this is going to be fun. Damn.
I mean, technically the way our point system works, you got 100 for that, but I got 90 for that. So it's not like...
That's what I mean.
It's
like,
not
you could still win this.
But still, it's very impressive.
It's impressive. I'll give myself a pat on the back on that even if I lose. This is still anyone's game. You gotta wait till all the points are added up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's move on. This one I struggled with because it's their first full-length album. This one was a little hard for me. Honestly, I really only listened to one song on here, but it's called Devil. Came out January 19th, 2021. And their title track for this was called No Diggity. Why diggity? Don't ask me, but sure. Diggity is a weird word for me.
I don't know.
But yeah.
This one was also hard for me because I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. And it was hard for myself as well. I don't know. I like their mini EPs better than this one. I'll wait for the next full album. But I was like, it could be any song really. So, yeah. But what do you think? Mine are Macy.
So for your number 5, I put incomplete. Number 4, I put I don't know if I'm saying this right, but Buseo? Maybe?
I guess. Busho?
Busho?
They say it really fast.
Oh. Yeah, I guess so. Number 3, I put No Diggity. Number 2, I put Lionheart. And number 1, Leftover.
Okay. So for yours, number 5, I put IPU. I don't know what that stands for. And we say those acronyms. It sounds weird, but I'm going to keep going. 4, I put What You Doing. 3, Leftover. 2, I also put Lionheart for you. And 1 for you, I put No Diggity. I should have put Incomplete for yours. And I had it as a contender for you, but I didn't. So we'll see. But yeah. Okay, Macy, what's your actual list?
So for my number 5, I put What You Doing.
What's doing, baby? What's doing now, you, baby? What's doing, baby? What's doing, baby?
Dang, okay, good thing I put that on there.
Mm-hmm.
It just was your number 5.
My number 4 is Incomplete.
완벽하지 않아도 괜찮아. My life is incomplete. Yeah. 완벽하지 않아도 괜찮아. Not far away. Not far away. My life is incomplete. 완벽하지 않아도 괜찮아. I'm being legend, level up, do better. 포기란 없어 여기다 주내려.
See, I knew I should have put the song on here.
I put the Buso one number 3.
Damn. Okay.
웃었다. 내 심장을 때려 부셔. 아이고 왜요? 아니 잠깐의 귀한. 우리 눈 부셔. 눈이 부셔. 다다라다다 지구 부셔. 다다라다다 때려 부셔.
My number 2 is No Diggity.
Seriously?
And my number 1 is Leftover.
시간 음식처럼 남았네요. 곧 있으면 버려지겠죠. 전부 내 탓인 것 같아요. 그립죠 따뜻했던 내가 식은 음식처럼 차갑네요.
The hype of me getting all that right for Live is gone. But I'm actually so proud of myself because, like you said, you really like that album.
Yeah, I'd say that it's my favorite. So,
dang, it's all good. Okay, so for my list, my number 5 is What You Doing. Which is also hard for me to say because I want to fix it to say it correctly.
What are you doing
like,
today?
What are you doing? Or what are you doing? What were you doing? Anyway, doesn't matter. Number 4, I have Leftover.
미워할 수 없는 girl 미련이 남았어 분하게도 나만 이젠 볼 수도 없네 가질 수도 없는 네가 내게 와서
Oh. Okay, then.
Yeah. 3, I still can't pronounce it. Busio? Buso?
Boost? I don't know.
얼음땡 홀업체 니품 안으로 스윗해 스윗하게 마취할 준비됐어 길을 비켜탔다 이리저리 불안하게 한눈 팔지마 서로 밀고 당기기는 재미없잖아 어쩌다 하늘이 섰니 yeah. 부러움을 샀지 yeah. 기분 좋아 so good
2, I have Lionheart, which I think you got right.
Mm-hmm.
And my number 1's actually No Diggity. I actually still really like that song, and like I said, that's really the only song I listen to. Off that album, I might start listening to Lionheart more, or to like more often, but
this one, I went with the animal names. I'm like, she likes animal name songs.
Oh yeah, I did give myself away for the Stray Kids. You put a name of an animal in it, I'm gonna like it.
Right? I did that in another one too. I don't know if I'll be right,
which one you're talking about. It's fine. Okay, not so successful with that one. Okay, so the next one on our list is Blood Moon, which came out November 9th, 2021. And the title track for that album was Luna. Additional music video for Shut Up Bako Crazy Hot, which actually was like pre-released before on this thing that I didn't mention earlier that they used to do. I don't know if they still do it or not, but it was called like ONEUS Theater, and that song was used for their ONEUS Theater, and like the music video kind of had like a Mad Max type like theme to it and something else I can't think of, but Mad Max came to my mind at first. So yeah. Shut up, Bako, crazy hot. Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
Okay, so for your number 5, I put Who You Are. Number 4, Life is Beautiful. Number 3, Yes or No. Number 2, Shut Up. What is it? Shut Up,
Shut up, Bako.
Bako, Crazy Hot. Number 1, I put Luna.
Okay. So for your number 5, I also put Who You Are. Your number 4, I put We're in Love. 3, Life is Beautiful. 2, Luna. And for your number 1, I put the Shut Up, Bako, Crazy Hot. So
you're right about my number 5. It is Who You Are. My number 4 is We're in Love.
Oh, I also got that right too.
My number 3 is the Shut Up, Crazy Hot.
Damn it.
Number 2 is Life is Beautiful.
Life is beautiful. It's so beautiful. Life is so beautiful. Life is beautiful. 하고 싶은 게 없어도 괜찮아. Life is beautiful. It's a journey. Life is a journey. It's so fabulous. 조금만 이렇게 걸어도 괜찮아. Life is beautiful.
And my number 1 is Luna.
그리워지는 너의 뒷모습. 듣지 못한 우리 이야기.
I really like that song. The dance was very cool too with the fans.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you would or not. So that's why I didn't put it as your number 1. I was thinking of putting it your number 1. But again, I try to stay away from the title tracks for you sometimes because I don't know how much you listen to them. So I don't know if you overplayed them or not.
Yeah.
Which is a factor I have to put in. And sometimes it bites me in the ass.
Right?
Okay. So my number 5 was Life is Beautiful.
Sing a song like Green Day. Viva la vida like a flame.
My number 4 is Who You Are.
묻긴 괜히 망칠까 무섭고 내 맘은 그냥 고하길 원하고 넌 뭐랄까 가까이 하기엔 너무나도 먼 걸까 날 뒤돌아봐 그래 나 여기 있잖아 네가 좋단 말 한마디가
3 is actually where I put Luna.
한밤에 밤에 피는 눈부신 빛처럼 달빛에 반해 핀 하얀 꽃처럼 한순간 사라진 나룻밤 꿈처럼 별 따라가는 심리도 못 가라 한밤에 밤에 핀 눈부신 빛처럼 달빛에 반해
And 2, you didn't have on the list. I actually put the intro, that window featuring what's her name? I hope I wrote it down correctly. Che Yedim. I'm sorry if I butchered that, but I actually really like that intro.
저고리 뜨는 밤 나타난다 하늘에
I don't know. I like when they do their traditional music. I really wish groups would do it more in a good way. It sounds cool to me.
Yeah.
It might not appeal to like the Korean public. I like it. And I really like that intro. So, and then I don't know if you could tell from my singing, but my number one is Shut Up Bako. Shut Up Bako, crazy high. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. La, 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 la.
Shut up, back, you crazy high. Crazy high. Shut up, back, you crazy high. Crazy high. 너 크게 소리 질러. Arrow, out of nowhere, 들어오면 그 밖으로 나가.
That should have been obvious.
Well, sometimes it's like I want to go for the loud, crazy song, and then I'm like, sure, her music taste is changing, so it's like,
That's true. That's very true.
Again, Black Swan is your favorite BTS song.
Again, stop bringing that up because I don't understand why you're
bring
so
it up
shocked.
every time when the hype songs like Fire and UGG and the Cyphers exist.
Because Black Swan is beautifully written. It is beautifully performed. I love when Jimin performs the orchestra version. Listen, I could go on. This is not a BTS episode. We already spent almost 40 minutes talking about RM.
I know.
Okay?
Sorry, let's move on.
Okay. So our next one is Trickster, which came out May 17th of this year, 2022. And the title track was Bring It On. This one was also hard for me.
Yeah.
For me and for you.
Same. For your number 5, I put Skydiving. Number 4, Fragile. Number 3, Bring It On. Number 2, Firebomb. And number 1, Mr. Wolf. And I just did that because I was feeling silly. I'm like, I'm going to put the animal name one and maybe it'll be it.
I mean, it is on my list, but it's not my number one. You're close though, but it's okay. So for your number 5, I put Skydiving. Because apparently there's no G at the end. It's skydiving, not
I pronounced that
skydiving.
correctly, but it's not.
It's fine. For your number 4, I put Mr. Wolf. 3, I put Fragile. 2, Firebomb, and 1, I also put. No, you didn't. Yeah, I put number 1, Bring It On. So, yeah.
I think you would be surprised by my answers.
God, I hate when you say that. Okay, just tell me your list. Tell me the list.
Number 5, you did get right. It's just Skydiving.
Okay.
4 is Bring It On.
Really?
Yes.
Can I ask why?
Huh?
I'm actually shocked about that.
Yeah.
Can I ask why?
Can you ask why?
Yeah.
I just like the other ones more.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if there was a reason. It's just okay.
Not in particular. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just like what I
I'm
like.
shocked by that. And I'm not judging you for what you like.
Number 3 is Mr. Wolf.
Okay.
Number 2.
Oh, you like that song more than I thought you would.
Yeah. Number 2 is Fragile. And number 1 is Firebomb.
내 맘이 타올라 burning 널 원해 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 now 더듬 빠지도록 Oh man 보막 나는 Day 더듬 빠지도록
Was not expecting that. I'm not surprised now that you said that.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, that doesn't actually shock me as much. I think I actually was going to put Firebomb as your number 1, but again, title tracks.
Yeah.
I need to get out of that. Okay, so for my number 5, I put Fragile.
너와 난 더 멀어져 갈수록 더 뜨거워져 놓치기 싫어 너를 못 지워 채워지는 우리 필름 내 머릿속에 널 조심스레 포장할래 걱정 없이 널 안아줘 분명하지 온도차 한겨울 얼음보다 더 차 결정해줘 어서 빨리 너의 마음
Number 4, I actually again put the intro. So intro, Who's Got the Joker?
I always stay away from the intros because I think you're not gonna pick those ones, but
3 is where I put Mr. Wolf.
조심해 아직 배가 고픈 늑대 좀만 빙긋 하나 잡아먹을 그때 어차피 그만 뻔하지 이 게임의 승자는 나야 사극해 너의 모든 것이 긴장해 플레이어 나는 준비가 돼 이제 꿈들이 사게 삐끗한 잔에 가면을 번데 마침내
2, I have Firebomb.
내가 이제 덤이 되지 않게 기도를 해주어 다시 right now 사이렌을 올려 baby right now 너 빨리 원해 I'm knocked down 또다시 날린 네 눈빛에 나도 준비됐어 getting wild
And 1, I did go with the title track, Bring It On.
okay.
태양 위로 경배해 내게 빌어 길들여 내 스타일로 그냥 들이받지 그대로 들어가 날 보는 feedback 다 덤벼 bring it on 주먹 쥔손 내게 더 세게 뻗어봐 멸치된 숫자는 상관없어
So you were close. But yeah, as far honestly, really the only intro I'm like obsessed with is the one from Blood Moon. I don't know why. I really like it. I wish it was longer. I actually wish it was a full song.
Yeah.
I mean, it is pretty long for an intro. It's actually 2 minutes, but yeah. But yeah, I do like Who's Got the Joker. Because I don't think I really cared for skydiving that much. That's why I went with the intro instead. So, okay, so we are on our last one, guys. The last one they released before everything went to hell. So it is called Malice, I think. And it came out September 5th, 2022. And the title track for that one was Same Scent. And then this one was hard for me because I didn't listen to it before we decided to play the game. Yeah, I don't know if any of mine can change. I don't even think I downloaded any of these songs to be. So it was okay for me. I like their earlier stuff better.
Yeah.
I can say that with a person with brains and opinions. So 2 moons don't come for me. That's basically what I mean when I say that.
Yeah, we haven't said that in a while. Don't come for us.
Oh, we haven't. Yeah. Don't come for us.
We're allowed to have opinions.
We're not being rude.
Yeah.
Allowed to say if we like or don't like something.
That's why there's so many kinds of music. So everybody has something that they like.
That's why I don't like to judge art. We will continue. Topic for another day.
Anywho. So I put your number 5 as Mermaid, number 4 Gravitation, number 3 Stupid Love, number 2 Full Moon, And I put number 1 as Same Scent.
For yours, number 5, I put Gravitation. 4, I put Mermaid. 3, Stupid Love. 2, Same Scent. And 1, I put Full Moon.
Okay. My number 5 is Mermaid.
You didn't like the song Mermaid that much?
Not really.
Did you used to go a thing with mermaids? No?
I don't know.
It was unicorns? Macy, I've known you for so long.
Yeah, unicorns more so than anything. I like mermaids. Mermaids are cool, but just because the song's named Mermaid doesn't mean I'm gonna like it. My
number 4.
What? Stupid Love.
Well, okay.
나쁜 애라도 너라서 상관없어 내 곁에 나쁜이 아니래도 뭐 상관없어 I know I'm in stupid love 멍청이 같아도 I'm in stupid love
Number 3 is Same Scent.
자꾸 떠올리게 해 네가 같은 숨결 그것마저 계속 나를 괴롭혀 Before 괜찮은 모든 게 내 안에 계속해 집어넣어도 그 기억마저 사라져버리면 숨 쉬어도 죽은 거니까 내 몸에 기억해
Number 2 is Gravitation.
마지막이라고 생각한 그때 우연이 아닌 운명처럼 모든 게 딱 맞아 떨어진 흐려진 시야 속 짙게 뺀 네 향이 이끌어 너에게 자수처럼 땡겨 세게 그곳도 다 달게 붉게 물들어 이곳엔 언제나 그랬던 내겐 아프더라도 난 괜찮아 오직 너니까
Dang, I didn't think you'd like that song that much.
Mm-hmm. I like it quite a bit. And number 1 is Full Moon. She got that one right.
Ooh, yay. Okay, so I got that right. Okay, our lists are actually kind of almost similar. So my number 5 was also Mermaid. Number 4 is where I have Gravitation.
기억을 건너 그 순간 그때 널 만날 수 있게 되면 아마도 기적과 같은 일이 아닐까 멈춰버린 내 시간 속에서 마침내 너를 발견한 건 처음만 뿐인
3, I also have Same Scent.
서로 가까워져 꽃이 펴 온몸을 쓸고 가버린 너의 향기 지워지지 않는 자국 어젯밤에도 나를 미치게 또
2 is where I have Stupid Love.
말 따위는 못해 너에게 네 입맛에 맞추는 모질게 나도 알아 멍청하게
Look at us, Macy. We had the same number 1, which was Full Moon.
Yee.
I think that's the only one we share at number one at this whole ONEUS game. No, Plastic Flower.
Yeah.
Just those two. Okay, well, now it's time for us to do our thing and tally up the points. This really could be anyone's game. Okay, I'm ready whenever you are. You can go first.
Okay. I have a nice even 500.
Why do I always only beat you by 10 points? I have 510.
Wow.
That really helped me.
When all in a row. Live.
Or else I would have lost. But again, every time I've beat you, it's only by 10 points.
Well, congratulations. You deserve to have
Thank
won
you.
on the one that you got all the ones in the right order.
Insane. So this episode was very long.
Oh my god, I'm so tired. It's been 2.5 hours.
We have one more to get through. Just one more. I've
Twice
done a lot
as
of
so many members.
I will be quick. We don't have anything to talk about at the beginning like we did with this one, so it's going to be smooth breezing, okay?
Smooth sailing.
But Macy gave it away. We're talking about Twice next, so enjoy that in the next one. It's fine. Sometimes I try to keep it.
My complaining. I'm just complaining to complain.
It's okay. But you already said it. Even though I was trying to be like mysterious, like, oh, what group are they going to do next? No, it's fine. It's okay.
Ooh.
You good?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because you started making noise and you played with your bracelets. So I was like, what's happening?
I was just done talking, so I was fiddling.
Okay. Let's go, Confused. Can you please do that? Like the outro, since I have to do talking on the next one as well.
Absolutely.
But yes, I won. So, yeah. Yay, me.
Woo.
Well, this year I actually win them.
Yeah, I was champion last year, so maybe you'll take it this year.
Is Twice going to be our last group?
We'll try to do one more. I just can't promise.
Okay. For now, I guess I'm in the lead, I think.
Mm-hmm. We haven't done that many this year. I feel like we did more last year.
That's just because we haven't had time, girl.
Yeah.
Okay. But yes, that has been our episode. That has been ONEUS. That has been us raving about Indigo. Me raving about Indigo for about like 20 minutes.
A little more time. I got to get more into it. You got to look up the lyrics and watch other things. I just straight listen.
That's because I'm off today, so I had nothing else to do besides grocery shopping like an adult. And I'm an early riser. I've been up since 6:30. So I was doing this at 6:30. I couldn't wait until midnight, guys. I'm sorry. I said I'm an old lady. I like my sleep.
Before I was awake, and I'm an hour behind you.
Oh, yeah. I did forget about that once I texted you.
Well, no.
Because I was getting ready to exercise.
Behind. I'm ahead of you. Like, oh, yeah, no, that makes sense.
No, you're behind. You're behind. I'm an hour ahead of you.
Yes.
I'm on Eastern Standard. You're
I was thinking
Central?
opposite, so that you were awake before me when you shouldn't have been, but you're supposed to be awake first, technically.
Yeah, well, I mean, normal people don't wake up that early, but I wake up that early, so I just couldn't stay up to listen to it when it dropped. I like my sleep, guys. I feel like I've said that before, but I like my sleep.
Right.
But thank you for enjoying it, and I know it's been heavier. Yes, I know this was also a very heavy topic, but like, again, these things need to be talked about. I know we kind of were just talking, but at least a discussion was started. So again, I will try to find like resources that I can link in our comments when I post this. For any survivors out there, just know you are loved, you are appreciated. We here at I Was Thinking always believe our victims, and we just want better for everybody. Mostly women, but I will not like shy away from the men.
Yeah, it happens to men all the time as well.
Yeah. I will not shy away from the men that also get sexual assaulted as well, because that's a whole nother thing.
Talk about it even less, because it's so, like, frowned upon, I guess, whatever, society. Yeah. Anyway.
Please close this out, Macy. Yes. We still got another thing to do.
Yes. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Please let us know how we're doing by commenting on we have Instagram, Twitter, we have an email.
For now.
Yeah.
Until Elon Musk destroys it.
All right then.
We might have to make a TikTok or a Facebook.
Ew.
Maybe. Okay, TikTok then?
Yeah, I'll do the TikTok. I know I've been saying I will, but I will actually. Anywho, we do have, however, an email that you can email us if you'd like to send us any topics or write us any. If you don't feel comfortable commenting on a public platform, you can always email us to give us a suggestion at iwasthinkingpod@gmail.com. Please rate us on any platforms you are listening to, whether it be stars or thumbs up or whatever. And thank you so much for listening. And we'll see you next time.
Yes, we will see you next time, which will be in a couple minutes. Bye, guys.
Bye.